video on equivalent fractions and a little bit of operations with fractions. So here's the deal. The other day, my neighbors went away and they asked me if I could watch their cat. And by the way, this is a true story. I'm not actually making this up. They told me that the cat eats half a cup of dry cat food and a third of a cup of wet cat food. So I have to feed the cat twice a day. So it got me thinking, how much does she actually eat at mealtime? Now, if you take a look at half a cup, if this is a full cup, then half would look like this. And if I want to take a look at a third of a cup, what I want you to notice is I'm going to draw a bar that's the same size, but I'm going to cut it into thirds. So this is how much she eats. She eats a third of a cup of wet cat food and half a cup of dry cat food. And so like I said, I was wondering how much does she actually eat in a day? And so you might say, well, it looks like it's a half plus a third, but that doesn't really answer my question because I don't know what a half plus a third is. What you can do is this. I'm going to show you with the red pen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw, and I'm going to draw a bigger box. So if I were to draw a half and a half, that's a whole. And then if I were to cut it up, I'm going to use this funky pen, into thirds, 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. You can count how many pieces do I have, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I have 6 pieces. So I'm going to cut these up into 6. And to do that, I'm going to use the Math Learning Center's wonderful app. And first I'm going to do a half. Then I'm going to do a third. And let's see what it looks like. Here we go. Ooh. Now, like I said, the cat eats half a cup, but I said I'm going to have to cut these into 6. So let's see if that will work. I'm going to duplicate that and make 2 of them. So let's see if that works. Now, she eats half a cup of dry cat food. That's the dry. And half a cup of a third of a cup of the wet cat food, and that's the wet. So let's see. All together, it looks like she eats. Whoa. Uh-oh. Oh, that's fine. It looks like she eats 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6. 5, 6 of the cat food. And if you want, I can actually change this to look like this. And now, if I overlap, you can see that 2, 6 is the same as 1/3. You can see that 3, 6 is the same as 1/3. And if, I'm sorry, 1/2. If I overlap them, you can see that I have in total 5, 6. So if I go back to here, how much does she eat at a time? Well, I said 1/2 plus 1/3, but then we converted 1/2, and that became 3, 6 plus 2, 6, which means she eats 5, 6 cups of food a day. Or, I'm sorry, at a meal. So the second question is, how much food does she eat in a day? Well, she eats twice a day. So it makes sense to say 5, 6 times 2. But I'm not really sure how to multiply fractions. But I also know that if I were to go back here, I could just say, she eats 5, 6 twice a day. So let's see. Here's 5, 6. I'm actually going to duplicate it. This is what she eats. She eats 5, 6 twice a day. So how many 6 do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 5, 6 plus 5, 6 is equal to 10, 6. Well, let's see. If I were to take 1 away from here and give it up here, that would be 1 whole. This is 1 whole and 4 6. So it looks like she eats in a day. She eats, oh goodness me. She eats 1 and 4 6 cups of food. The last question I had was, how much more dry food do I give her than wet cat food? Well, let's see. She had half a cup of dry and a 1/3 cup of wet. So 1/2 minus 1/3. Well, we already said that 1/2 was 3 6 and 1/3 was 2 6. So let's see. We'll just do this real quick. Here's half a cup. And here's a 1/3 of a cup. And I'm going to subtract them. So when I subtract them, it looks like I'm going to have this little area here. And I'm going to left. So let's see. I know that I can turn these into 6. So I'm going to do another one of 6. And so now when I overlap them, let's see, I have 3 6 minus 2 6 gives me just this 1 6 left. So our answer is 1/6 cup of cat food, more dry cat food than wet cat food. Anyway, if you're interested in knowing about my neighbor's cat, now you know. And if you're interested in knowing a little bit about adding and subtracting fractions as well as getting equivalent fractions, I hope you learn that as well. Thanks. Bye.